7 active hives. Lots of wind today. This one's active, lining out, start bees. This one died off in the freeze. Last week we had 3 days straight of below freezing weather. This one's active. 3 over here active. The third on the right is dead out from earlier in the year. I just never took the equipment away. This one's active. And this one's active. They're all sitting on the front porch. Activity coming in and out, bringing pollen to them. And that's dead out. So we'll be adding 7 feeders and allocating out their resources between those 7, so if they've got some food for any cold stamps we've got left, waiting for the nectar to come in. This feeder was filled up 2 days ago. It should be probably 2/3 or maybe 1/3 full. And it's been empty. I know there's some other hives in the neighborhood. So there's a farm about a quarter mile from here that's got at least 5 hives sitting in the front. And I don't know how active they are, but there's 5 boxes sitting out. So it could have been them and mine feeding on these. We have a eagle or a hawk. 3 of them. They're hawks.
I would like to mention that early spring is a critical time for your bee colonies. Here in North Texas, we have had pollen sources for a little while with henbit, dandelion, and a few others, and this week we've had the flowering out of our pear trees. But these are simply protein sources. They're pollen, and not necessarily carbohydrates or nectar sources quite yet. Hives that had plenty of stores 2 weeks ago have been using their stored food to survive a 3-day freeze that we had last weekend. I checked hives again, and several were dead. They starved, because what may have seemed like enough 2 weeks ago really was insufficient. I'll mention also, hungry bees are usually bad behaved bees. When they have plenty of nectar or food available in the hives, they tend to be more well behaved. This bee yard did not have feeders installed into the hives, so I'm doing that now. Natural nectar sources may still be a month or more away, so the bees need to have a substitute. I feed sugar water so that they do not starve again. Another good option, used by a friend, Jason Smith of JC's Honeybees, uses candy boards, with the candy poured directly into the underside of the lid, and when cooled is placed onto the hive. I had been open feeding these colonies. However, because there are other colonies in the area that do not belong to me, I've been running through my feed more quickly than I should. I've been feeding the neighbors' bees when I open feed. Installing internal frame feeders should allow each colony to have up to 2 gallons of sugar syrup available and not wasted by open feeding every insect in a several mile radius. Bees are livestock. Their agricultural value means that we should be good stewards to their health. When you have livestock in a field and their natural resources for food is not available, they need to be fed. Ranchers buy hay for their horses, cattle, and other livestock. Feed is bought for chickens, and the bees need to be maintained regularly as well. If they're low on food, I make sure mine are provided for.